What's up guys, I'm Jason. You're watching another video right here on PhoenixPOPtastic. Today I'm going to show you what it's like to be a school bus driver. I got up about 5:30, gonna head down to the yard now. It's 6:15, so let's head on down there. Now there are some things I won't be able to show you because of safety and privacy reasons, and yes, it is still dark out here right now. As you can see, we got all the buses out there getting ready for the morning route. All right, now I'm on my bus. I'm getting ready to get my morning started. I got my keys from the front office. The bus is buzzing because I haven't started it yet. We do turn on our Zonar. Our Zonar tracks everything, make sure we check the bus, make sure everything is good to go. There's these little sensors right here that we scan right here like this, and it'll pull up the things that we need to check. Shows all the zones here. We got a bunch of buses getting ready to go. First thing we want to check is our engine. As you can see there, it says illegal to pass when red lights flash. A lot of people forget that. So here we are in our engine compartment. We're checking the belts. We're checking all kinds of things to make sure things are set. We're gonna scan our Zonar here. It shows us everything that we need to check, and then we'll get the engine started. All right, the engine is started. We're gonna close the back of the engine and head inside to check some other stuff. I then head to the back of the bus here where there's another sensor. I'll show you that real quick here. It's right here. This button here we check when we come back. It makes sure that there's no kids on the bus. We'll show you that later in the video. We're gonna go ahead and scan this sensor, make sure our seats are good, our window exits, our emergency exits, and all those things are good. I'm going to be doing an air pressure check. Right now I'm revving the engine to make this little gauge go all the way up so I have enough air pressure, and then I'm going to do my engine check here in just a second. It's cold, I'm shaking. So the first thing I am going to check before I start doing my air pressure brake test is the tires. So I'm going to scan my little sensor right here. I'm going to look inside here, make sure everything is good. You can't really see everything, so sometimes it seems just kind of silly to do. But we are going to check to make sure everything's good, make sure our lights are blinking, our lights on top are on. Around the front, I'm going to check to make sure that my lights are blinking, my reds are blinking, my stop arm here is working correctly. I'll pull it, make sure it goes back. Come around the side here to make sure my stop arm is working, that people always forget and drive past anyways, even though it says stop. Check the next tire. We're going to go around and check all 4 tires. That's how we do it, to make sure that everything is good, nothing is flat. I'm going to thump it here, make sure we have a good enough tire pressure. All right, now I'm going to work on my fuel pressure. Sorry about the noise. I do have the heater on because it's freezing this morning. I'm going to check my brake pressure here. I have my brake pedal down here on the bottom. I'm going to go ahead and start pumping it. Oh, and see here, we have the, we have the parking brake. It is pulled out and set. We're going to make sure that that pops out once the air pressure gets low enough. So we're going to go ahead and start pumping it. You can see the air pressure is moving. We're losing air pressure. By the time I get all the way down to, I think it's like 40, this little spring brake will pop out. Oh, I'm sorry, I messed up. I have to actually push this in, release the spring brake, and now I'm going to pop it. It should pop out. So what that's doing is when I lose air pressure, the spring brake will automatically stop the bus. See, it just popped out. So it'll automatically stop the bus when I lose too much air pressure. Now I'm going to rev it back up here. I'm going to rev the engine, revving the engine there, and it's going to build my air pressure back up so that I can drive the bus with some brakes. But I know now that if I lose air pressure, the bus will stop. There are a few more steps to the brake test, but I'm not going to go through everything, the logistics with everything with you guys. But that's what I do in the morning. I get the bus ready to go on my routes for the day. All right, right now it's 6:30 in the morning. I'm going to head off to my first route, which is a high school. I have 2 high school loads to pick up. See you guys later. You're welcome. Have a good day. Have a good day, guys.
Thank you. Thank you.
See you later.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, first high school load, on to the next. Have a good day, guys. All right, so I finished my 2 high school routes. Now I'm gonna head off and pick up my middle school kids. It is now 7:15, so it's been about 45 minutes to an hour. Now I'm going to go through the bus and check all the seats and make sure no one left anything behind before I head off to the middle school kids. Have a good day, guys. See you later.
Sorry.
All right, dropped off my elementary school kids. Now I'm here at the gas station. I'm going to take a little quick pee break and then head on to get my middle school students. Go ahead and shut down the engine, turn off the lights, shut down the engine. And then because I used my reds to let students on and off, I have to go back here and let the bus know that there are no students left on the bus. That's what this button is for. So it'll beep up there as well, and that means that there are no students on, so now I can leave the bus. Have now left the bus and I'm heading in to go use the restroom. All right, we are back on the bus, gonna start her back up and get ready for my middle school run, which is my last run of the day. It is now 8:09, so it's been about 2 hours since I started. This will be my last run, not of the day actually, of the morning. I do have more runs this afternoon, and I have a midday, which we'll get to that in just a moment. Have a good day.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, I have made it back to the yard, the bus yard here. I'm gonna go walk back here. I got my Zonai here. I'm gonna do my little check before I get off the bus. So I'll come back here. I'll push this student alarm again, telling the bus that there are no students on the bus. I'm gonna scan my Zonar. It says tag not found. We'll try it again. All right, and let the Zonar know that I've checked all the seats, all the exits, everything's good to go. We'll say yes, and then we'll get ready for our shuttle, which I'll be doing in a little bit, and our afternoon route. What are some things that annoy me about being a bus driver? Well, one, when I stop at a stop and I've got my stop signs out, a lot of people like to race by or not stop at all. It happens quite often. Fortunately for me, I don't have any students that cross the street. I do have one, but it seems like it's on a more deader road, so not too many people stop. A lot of people believe that because there's a divided highway or a divided road, there's 3 lanes going oncoming, and then there's 3 lanes on my side, that when I stop, that the oncoming traffic doesn't have to stop. That is not true. Everybody should stop unless there is a concrete median in the middle dividing the two oncoming and ongoing traffic, I guess you could say. If there's a median, then yes, you do not have to stop if the bus is on the other side. But if there isn't, and it's just a flat road, then you have to stop no matter what. And when we put on our yellow lights, that's telling you folks to slow down because I'm about to stop and put out my stop signs. A lot of people use that as the speed up sign, and they fly by as fast as they can before my stop signs come out. I had a guy this morning who I had stopped, and he was pretty far behind me, but since I had stopped him, he felt like he should then, after I closed the stop signs, get right in front of me and go super slow to punish me. It was pretty obvious, more of an entitlement thing, and that happens a lot too. Like, we feel like sometimes that people who are driving around are not thinking of the bus as an authority or more of a nuisance than anything. When they're students, there are kids, your kids, on the bus. So it's just kind of crazy. Everyone's in a hurry to be 5 minutes quicker, and it gets quite annoying. Another thing is when kids leave a lot of candy wrappers on the bus. That is super annoying. I have loud kids. Yes, they can be pretty loud, but they're kids. I have kids of my own. I know how that goes. I haven't had any crazy instances yet. Mostly what annoys me the most is candy wrappers and trash on my floor because I have to clean that up. And it is kind of annoying that you try and make your bus clean for each load and they just trash it. Another thing is that the kids themselves don't understand that the school bus is just like the school. They don't consider the bus driver like a teacher or anything like that. So they'll cuss up a storm. They'll act like it's a playground in here. And then when they're reminded that they're on school property and we are an authority, we will report to the school, to their teacher, to the principal about them. They tend to feel like we shouldn't have to do that because we're just driving the bus. That is not true. We are an authority and we will tell the school and the principals about you kids. So behave. But that's about it pretty much. I'm gonna go take a little 2-hour break, and then I'm gonna come back and do my shuttle, and then I get another break after that, and then I do my afternoon route. So stay tuned. All right, you guys, I'm back for my midday shuttle. I just checked the thing in the back. Got to check that. We do this every time we do a new trip. We do a subsequent check of everything, make sure everything's good. I'm gonna go check the tires again and all that good stuff. Go ahead and scan the little sensor, make sure the tires are all good. We check everything, make sure everything's okay. Got my little Superman Funko Pop there, of course. I'm gonna go ahead and start the bus up, get her started. Make sure I have my headlights on. I always leave my headlights on. Get everything ready. We're gonna go pick up a couple kids there for ROTC. It's just 4 of them. I take them from one high school to another, and then I come back, and then I have another hour break. All right, so I'm back at the yard again. I got another hour break, and then I start my afternoon run. So it's a fun job to have, guys. It really, really is. All right, guys, I'm here for my afternoon run. First thing I gotta do is I take my Zonar here, and I take my Zonar thingy right here, and I scan this so it knows who I am. I'm gonna go around, do all my sensors to make sure the bus is all set up for the route. So we have a garage here right by the bay, and right now I'm having a little bit of an issue. I have a check coolant light on, so hopefully they get it fixed and I don't have to switch buses. So it seemed like my antifreeze was low. They filled it up and the bus is good to go. So let's head on to the high schools. So the first run I do is my high school run. I have 2 loads of that. Then I do my elementary school, and then I do my middle school, and then I do a late run for like people who are being tutored and stuff. So, all right, so now I'm checking the bus for any items left behind by the high schoolers. We got a bottle here, so we're gonna pick that up. Before my elementary school kids get on the bus, which you can probably see outside the window, they're all gathering out there, but looks like it's pretty clear, so we're gonna go ahead and load these kids on in. All right, I am done with my afternoon run. I didn't get to show a lot of things because, of course, privacy. You don't want to film the kids being all crazy, but I am back here at the base. I need to check my little student thing here, and I need to gas up the bus for today. Make sure I get the right key to open up this thing. I think it's this one. Pop it in there, and let's get to fueling. Now, I've been told we can't say gas. It's fuel. It's just a big thing. You can't say gas. Gassing her up. All right, guys, that is it for the day. I have fueled. I am done with all my routes, and that's a day in the life of a school bus driver. We'll see you next time on PhoenixPOPtastic.